Donk Nation, Jax and Janet's greetings and welcome to your daily dose of donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey, bringing you some Steelers talk after the offseason. Gonna be a quick episode this week. I'm here by myself because things didn't work out on regular scheduled days. Sicknesses, some minor neck inconvenience, I'll call it, along with some flu bug going on. Just kind of threw a absolute wrench into the plans. Hopefully things will get nonsensical next week, and hopefully I sound fine to everybody out there listening. So we'll keep it quick this week and try to just get through what Steeler news there is. We'll start with some fun off-season talks next week. Hopefully I get Bugboo on this week to do a season-end bug cap and how he feels. But Steelers news that's going on, Steelers finally moving on from Mason Cole's going to save them a few $1,000,000 against the cap. Now there's a hole that needs to be filled at center. Hopefully that's addressed either with a signing of one or two of the starter capable centers out there who would actually be an upgrade, or a draft of one of these guys who is a next level type of guy. There's a couple centers in the draft I know I've heard a lot of people talking about, and really it seems that the Powers, Austin, or whatever his name is, out of Oregon is a guy. Oh, Jackson Powers, I think is what it is. It is a guy a lot of people really like. I don't know. No real centers I fell in love with this draft class. The last couple, there's been a few the Steelers could have had a chance at that they haven't. Still some surprise names on the Steelers. We'll see, though. You know, you can only designate two people June 1st cuts now, so cuts might come a little slower for teams that want to save money against the cap because you actually have to wait to June 1st for most of these now with the way the things are set up. So guys like Patrick Peterson, Allen Robinson right now holding on to roster spots, along with some other people who might need extensions to move money down the road. Who knows what's going on there? And of course, the daily talk of the Steelers are the most likely landing spot for every quarterback in the NFL, yet somehow still are not looking to upgrade the quarterback position talk. It's kind of fun to hear all the talking heads go crazy and then rate the Steelers as the worst quarterback situation in football I saw on a couple spots. And my first thought was, have you all watched the NFL? Because the Steelers, whether or not they sign a new quarterback, has a quarterback who has a winning record the last 2 years. And while the numbers aren't good, they aren't terrible. And there's a few teams out there who they have a starter who's terrible, or they don't have any current starter. So just, talking heads trying to get themselves some clicks is always fun to see. Other news going around for the Steelers, of course, is the salary cap getting bumped up by 30 million instead of the anticipated. I think it was like 16ish. So it's up to like 250. That gives the Steelers about 12 to 18. I don't remember the exact number, somewhere in there, but a good chunk of change, and it makes it so the Steelers are cap compliant even before the Mason Cole release. That's a big thing because that might free up the Steelers the ability to get some money to go get a guy who can help out. For me, really, what I would like to see is I'd like to see Patrick Peterson either get that money number reduced to more around 2 million from the 11 million base salary that he's owed. And I'd love to see the pursuit of a guy who last year showed he still has the ability to cover and, just got cut by Miami. And that's a guy who's a big veteran leader, a guy like Xavier Howard. That's a guy who's been out there, has done some good things. But the cap news is probably the biggest news on the forefront for the Pittsburgh Steelers, as that seems like that the way you want to go. Franchise tag time is coming up. It looks like Cincinnati's going to put it on T. Higgins. 5th-year option time's coming up. So we'll see what the Steelers decide to do with Najee Harris. First time they've had a 5th-year option in a few years. This could be a fun time coming into it. Like I said before, things are probably going to get a little nonsensical here shortly. We'll get Laskers in, we'll get Gingy in. If they're not here, we'll do some ratings maybe with Bugboo. Maybe we'll bring Jordy, little JD in on a couple ones here or there. We'll see how things are going. I just wanted to make sure we got a little something out there, kept up with the current Steeler news. You get to see Antonio Brown the last couple weeks, keeping his name in there, absolutely shredding into new Steelers wide receivers coach, who I didn't know till Antonio Brown started ripping on him, that apparently his biggest claim to fame it wasn't developing Antonio Brown when he was at Central Michigan. Didn't know that, but found that out. And yeah, I guess, Antonio Brown's much like a few other Steelers. You got to keep yourself relevant out there. We saw Kenny Pickett probably get his first vote of confidence from someone in the media. Now, be it's all old, lost his mind, but Steeler great Terry Bradshaw, the one who goes out there and says that Kenny Pickett should be endorsed and supported out there, and also talking about how he would love to play in this era. And as a quarterback who played in an era where you were allowed to actually get hit, I could fully understand why you'd want to play in modern day football. Kind of a fun thing out there to see the old timers get to watch these new guys be untouchable and play in dresses, for lack of a better term. Kind of good stuff. So we'll keep you in the loop of any upcoming Steelers news. We'll have some rating shows coming up. We'll break down the player groups. We'll break down any new Steelers additions. We'll break down players that we think are going to be most impactful getting added to the Steelers through the draft process or through free agency, and who we would love to see come be a Pittsburgh Steeler. With that, that's really all I have to talk about. I'm sorry, my mind's been all over the place with the way things have been going down. Not the best prepared this week, so we'll just go straight to, I guess it's a shout out segment here to end it. And what I'm going to shout out is the Pittsburgh Pirates, because guess what? It's that time of year, spring training about to start. Well, actually, already has started. Games have already started. Not only just pitchers and catchers reporting, but they already had their first game down there in the Grapefruit League. So you know what? Let's shout out baseball. And I'll let you know I am the Viking Donkey. That's Viking_Donkey on Twitch and Twitter. Your Daily Dose of Donkey with Ginger is a YouTube channel where you get all this fun content. Like I said, we're going to make it nonsensical here shortly, but we're keeping legit Steelers talk for this week just because, well, it's hard to focus on anything right now, so we ain't going to change it up right at this moment. Leave us a like, comment, follow. Tell us what you'd like to see, what off-season discussion you'd like to be talked about. If there's players you'd like a breakdown into how we see them fitting, or if we see them even fitting in here. It's always fun to interact and keep things new, fresh, and live. And I guess I'm the only one here, so I gotta sign it out. Donk Nation, Steeler Nation, I love y'all. Wave them if you got them. Here we go.